Hello everybody, it's Callum at Repair Wins, and I've got a video for you today that's going to aim to teach you how to package. So I've got a suitably sized box here. I've got sellotape, scissors, bubble wrap, which I'll obviously need a lot more of, and then this laptop, and it probably doesn't come across on camera, but it's huge. It's a 2010 17-inch MacBook Pro. They've still got second-hand value because people like old sort of versions of Photoshop and whatever. But either way, I've managed to sell it. It needs to go in a box, it needs to get posted to the customer, and it needs to get out the door fairly soon. So I just thought I'd make a quick video showing you how I package devices. And you're in safe hands here because I've sold 500 plus laptops in my lifetime, so I've definitely got some experience on, how to do the packaging. Step number one is to make sure you've got a correctly sized box. So you can see here, if I go above, we've got maybe an inch of space here, 1.5 inches, 2 inches there. Same thing and same thing. So there's plenty of room, and then the box is nice and tall as well, so there's plenty of room for padding because this is a big laptop, it's a heavy laptop, and you never know, maybe the courier drops it by mistake, or maybe, more realistically, it gets booted across the warehouse. You want to make sure your laptop survives. I've never had a machine come back to me for damage, so and the reason why it hasn't come back with damage is because it's always packaged securely. So find a suitably sized box. Right then, the first step is to actually wrap some bubble wrap around the laptop. So I've got this piece down here which is much smaller, so I'm going to use that. So I'm just going to put the tape out of the way. Scissors, they can go out the way for a moment as well. Push the charger to the back, and I'm just going to unfold a few pieces. Now ideally your bubble wrap is on a roll. If it's not on a roll, you can just cut it down into strips like this, or maybe you're using second-hand bubble wrap like I am. But I'm just going to put this bottle on here to keep it still. And the idea, but as I was saying, the idea is you want just an equal distance between this side and that side. Now I have kind of lucked out because my bubble wrap's cut to the right size, but if yours isn't, obviously cut it down yourself, or I'm sure you can work out a way to solve that problem. So I'm just going to fold it, and you just want this little piece to go just around sort of the lip of the machine. And then you'll literally hold it in place, roll, and then you're going to sit this down, and you'll line up this, this end here with that end, and then the same on this side, you'll line this end up with this end here, and then you'll just give it a few rolls. So I'm literally just going to give it 2 rolls like this, and then what I'm going to do, because it's a laptop, is put the charger straight on the top, because it's a very big box and this is going to help make up some of the distance. So that can go like that, and then I will give it another roll while holding these in place. And then you would just pretty much carry on. Brilliant, so that is wrapped up securely enough. I'm going to put more bubble wrap around it, but yeah, this was clearly, this was cut to the right size by default, so the idea is you just cut it down to the right size and pretty much lay out a long strip of it, like, a long strip, and just put the laptop on and start just rolling it over. And then what I'm going to do is just move this out of the way, and I've got more, same story applies, put this down. Now I used to, if I was finding it difficult to make any space, because my flat's fairly tidy, I've got space at the moment, but I used to just do it on the floor in front of my sofa, between the sofa and the TV. So I would just have the roll of bubble wrap on the floor, I would pull out what I needed towards me, put the laptop on, roll it up, I would meet the roll, I would then pull the laptop back, and unroll the roll further, and I would keep going until I had enough bubble wrap around it. But I'm just going to get the laptop and put it on. Well, I better leave that bottle there. But you'll notice that this time I'm going to put the laptop on lengthways, because I need this corner to roll up, because otherwise this is just open and the laptop might shift around. So I'll guarantee you can just see what I'm talking about. This is open, and if I leave the laptop like that, there's a chance it could shift, and if it shifts you might have the weak corner of the laptop right against the side of the box, and a bash could break it. So I'm going to put it on horizontally, and I'm just going to go the other way with the bubble wrap now. And you don't need as much as you'd think. Like, this may look like a lot, but if you bought a roll for 11 or 12 pounds, that's probably £1 or £2 worth, maybe not even that. But it's worth spending the money to package it properly, because if you don't, you're getting a £200 laptop back. And is it worth losing £200 to save a few, you know, to save 2 or 3? I don't think it is. Here we are then. My video editing skills are limited, so I'm afraid it is going to get loud here. But we just need to roll this up, hold it in place, and then stick some sellotape on. Put the tape to about the middle, and then cut. And there's a trick that I use so the tape never gets stuck down. What I do is I just get the tape and I fold it like this, you know, just halfway around the roll, and then that way I can always grab here and just pull it straight off. I've had tape in the corner for months. Like, this roll's the same. I do it for all the rolls, even the electrical tape and whatnot, and it makes it really easy. So just store your tape like this, and then we're just going to do the same for this corner and this corner. And you know, half the time, if it's a really nicely sized box, then half the time I don't even bother with the tape. I just literally fold this over as I'm putting it into the box, and that's all that needs to be done. So I'll just turn it around and show you again. Push down on this, make sure it's against the machine, fold it up, get the tape on. Make sure you press it in, and then we'll do the same here. And we'll do the same on this corner as well. As time goes on, you'll get better at holding it down, because I can fly through these machines now. And then there we are. That's really nice. I'm confident I could drop that from 2 foot and it would be okay. I'm not going to, because I'm not an idiot, but I'm confident that I could. I'm gonna grab my box. I'll open the box up. And this, I'm lucky here because this is a really sturdy box as well. If you're asking where I found it, I actually purchased a mini desktop from an online retailer here in the UK, and that's where I got the box from. Otherwise you can ask a friend, potentially even ask a neighbour. I've done that before. They do look at you slightly strange, but if they've got a box they hand it over, probably wanting to get the weirdo away from their door. But let's just not think about that. Another trick I use, by the way, is shredded paper. I had an old Amazon Basic shredder, and I modified it so it would run 24/7 when it was plugged in. So I had a button on the top, I'd click the button and it would just run. And every bit of scrap paper, all the junk letters, all the junk whatever, it would all go in. And then if I had a really tatty cardboard box that had already been used for transit a bunch of times, I'd peel the tape off and shove that in there too. And that poor shredder lasted 10 months, and then it went bang. But I still keep a shredder, because you can buy them for 40 odd pounds on Amazon for this exact model. You can get another shredder cheaper. You can probably find them in a charity shop for cheap. But I just put a layer of shredded paper in the bottom if it's a really big item. All the junk mail, EXP, AN, that's probably some Experian credit card rubbish. This goes on, and look at that, it's like it was designed for it. Then I'm just going to dump the rest of my paper on top pretty much, and stand back from the cloud of powder that comes up. Right, and obviously you don't want a floor covered in paper, so just make sure you do sort of spread it out. Oh, and it needs to go down into the sides as well, otherwise your machine's going to shift about in the box and that's no good. So just use your fingers to basically get the paper down into the sides, in between the laptop and the wall of the box, or in between whatever item you're packaging. Here we go. Now, I'm obviously short a bit here, so this is a problem. So I need to find something to fill the gap. As always, by the way, it's cheaper to buy in bulk. So if you're buying bubble wrap, don't like trying to save money and buy the 5 metre roll and, you know, just get as much as you need, because you'll end up spending a £5 on a 5 metre roll, or you could buy a 100 metre roll for £15. And you know, bubble wrap isn't expensive in the grand scheme of things. So you know, some things are worth just having a little spare supply of if you've got room up in your loft, if you've got room down in the basement. or even if you're like me and you're happy to just have a roll of bubble wrap chilling in your living room. But luckily I found this stuff, and you get it inside all sorts of packaging. Because by the way, everything here is second hand. I've not paid for the box, this stuff, that I obviously haven't paid for the junk mail and whatever. But this is actually coming together quite nicely. So this is sealed in well now. And I can just fold the lid in, and then fold this top piece over, fold that piece over, and yeah, we're looking good. I apologise in advance because this is where it really gets loud. I might even end up just muting this footage and playing some different audio over it, but we've got the tape, and you need a roll of brown or clear packaging tape. Don't use this stuff, it'll just burst open. I've seen people try and post things to me with this tape before. It doesn't work, okay? You tape labels on with this, you hold bubble wrap in place, and you use this to actually close a box. So we're just going to open up the tape and start off in the centre, and you want to make sure it's stuck down firmly. And then I'm holding this down with my pinky. I'm going to hold it down, and I'm going to pull backwards on the tape fairly taut, and then I'm going to squeeze, like I've got the back of the roll against the back of the box, so I'm just going to pull it all in and then stick down. And then I'd better go around quickly because this piece always wants to lift off, so I'm just going to hold on to this. You can see every step of the way I was smoothing the tape down, and then we'll just push down on here. There we are, and it's the second layer that makes it strong because it holds the first layer down if it was trying to lift up. But that would probably get to the customer and be okay. But we're not just going to do one layer because that's a cheap person's play. So I'm going to do 2 more layers exactly the same. So just on here, stick it down, and once you've done the middle, you don't need to like pull in again at the back with this piece and this piece. You only have to pull in with the middle, otherwise you just go around. There we are then, that's looking decent, and I'm just going to do 2 more, 1 here and 1 about there. You really don't need to do 2, you'd get away with 1. But as I've said before, tape is fairly cheap, and if it's a £200 laptop, just spend the extra 30 pence. And you'll notice that I always bring the tape back over itself. Like you never want to stop the tape and have a bit of bare cardboard when you've stopped it, because it's just going to unroll. Tape sticks really well to other tape, and it sticks really poorly to cardboard. So do you know what? I'm really not going to need this second piece here. It's just going to be absolutely fine. It'll be plenty strong. But what I am going to do is just, you see this corner? It's only 1 piece of tape thick. I've always done it. Just reinforce it, second piece. If something sharp ends up poking that corner, if the corner of another box jabs into it, it's less likely to break through 2 pieces. And I suppose we'd best get on with buying a label and then sticking a label on. I obviously can't give you my customer's address, but I will tell you where I buy the postage labels. And that is on royalmail.com. Yep, I know, love them or hate them, they're the only company that will actually get the parcel there and at least have a chance of not smashing it to pieces. So I always use Royal Mail. And I send it as a medium parcel, 10 kilogram, because it's a laptop, and it's the same price for 5 or 10, so you would always just pick 10. Hit continue, and this customer, I believe, yes, he's paid for 24-hour postage, so Royal Mail track 24, and at this point I need to put his phone number in, I need to put his address and whatever else, so I'm obviously going to skip ahead to the final part where I'm sticking the label on. As you can see in here, I've got the label printing out. I've always preferred to just print the label off the old-fashioned way and stick it to the parcel, and the reason for that is that I've got full control. They can't tell me, oh, the printer's broken, or oh, sorry, we can't scan your QR code because the machine isn't working. You know, I'll just take it there and they've got to scan it and they have to take it off of me there and then. Just going to take a step back because the address is going to appear. But yeah, the printer's not fast, but I don't really care. I print 1 label a week, if that. I don't mind waiting. I can't show you the person's address, so I can't show you exactly how to tape the label on, but you can see that I've just run the clear tape all the way down the side. And it's sort of half on the paper and half off the paper. It's the same at the top, and it just runs all the way along to the other side, look. And you just want to do that for pretty much top, right, left and bottom, and then I normally do an extra one just across the middle as well, just over the QR code and the barcode, and as long as you stick it down firmly and it's nice and flat, there's no problem. But there you are. That, ladies and gents, is how you package up a box. Well, no, you're not packaging a box, it's how you package up a laptop or an item to go inside a box to send to a customer or a friend or even a family member or whatever it is. And if you package it my way, it's pretty much guaranteed to get there safely. It's almost guaranteed to get there undamaged, and the recipient will be grateful. And because we've not gone overboard with the tape, they can just quickly cut through it with a knife or something, and then, yeah, they'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, then maybe feel free to hit subscribe, although these aren't the kind of videos I normally upload. Normally it's sort of electronics repair stuff, you know, we hack things, we mod things, we take broken GPUs and repair them, and so on and so forth. So if that sounds like it's your, if that sounds like it's up your street, then yeah, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Cheers.